Hi, welcome to our episode today. We're still discussing Successful Nigerian Entrepreneurs by the Federal Ministry of Finance, Nigeria. You're welcome, and today we're going to be talking about the foundations of entrepreneurship, which is chapter 1. I gave the instruction on what this series is going to look like. So, you're welcome to today's series. Be sure to click like, share, subscribe, and wait until the end as we'll be learning lots of valuable nuggets from this today. So, foundations of entrepreneurship encompass the essential principles and practices involving starting, managing, and growing a new business. So, the foundations, simply put, is seeing how to start, how to plan, how to manage, how to grow your business. Now, there are many things in this chapter, and it is so loaded. I cannot wait for you to just find out many things about. On laying the foundation for entrepreneurship in chapter 1, there's something so profound by Dr. Mrs. Oriobasi, and it reads: Everything visible today was once an idea, a thought, and an imagination, an inspiration, a hunch, a flash, or an insight brought into existence through determination. Great business empires began as ideas or imaginations flowing from the mind, or recognized opportunities that provided solutions to societal problems. This simply means that everything that looks like an empire, that looks so big, that looks great today, started somewhere, and it started small, mostly as an idea or a desire to bring value to people. So, if you're looking to find quality ideas around all these four things that I've just said and lots more, there is something that is going to point you towards the direction of what you should actually be looking towards solving now. So yeah, think about it. What can you solve? You know. Now, how do you start a business? Entrepreneurship is the last refuge of the creative and the ambitious. It's one of the surest ways to build a life that is truly your own. Simply think about it. When you run a 9 to 5 for someone, you are running a life that is theirs, not directly yours. And don't get me wrong, this does not cancel out the place of value adding to somebody's company, being somebody trustworthy, being resourceful, and earning from something. But it is just to show that as you help build the empires of others by contributing your intellect, your time, your strength to the system, think about building something that is personal for yourself, for your life, something you can hold on to, something you can share with your family, something that will be yours too. I hope that point sank in deep. Now, how do you start a business? How? Conceive an idea. I mean, every single thing would definitely start from an idea. Like this right now was an idea. I was reading this book and I was like, people need to know this. This is quality information. But yeah, you need to start from conceiving an idea. An idea is not so valuable until you are able to pen those ideas down, put it into real action, and make those actions count and let them be convertible, because in the end you don't want to just think of ideas that solve problems without value. No, so you have to think about it, nest it beautifully, and learn how to scale it up. And that is what this book is going to teach us. I mean, of course, in the course of this, I would also be recommending other creatives that are going to show you way so much, and you're going to learn to build up your life from that idea into something that works, into an empire or a conglomerate, whatever it is you want to call it. So we're going to think really big. Now, what does conceiving an idea means? It unlocks your vision. It's turning something that was just existent in the space of your mind into something tangible, something you can look onto something that is sustainable, something that is scalable, and mind you, that requires hard work. I'm not of the opinion that we are lazy youths in the country. So I believe so much in our potentials. Now, what's the second thing you need to do? You need to add value. Add value. Now, money is value, but how money comes to you depends on how valuable people perceive your products to be to you. So what all of this is saying is that the more valuable your products or services are perceived as, the more money you are able to convert in from that. As you add value to your ideas, you're going to find out that there are so many things that your ideas could be that they are not yet. That means adding value to your ideas will help you point out very, very serious moments of, wanting to add more, wanting to fine tune, wanting to do better. So you might want to sit with that. It's non-negotiable if you are looking to make that idea sell. So yeah. The third one is hard work. You don't want to play with hard work. But I know that every Nigerian has that in them. It's intrinsic, We have the ability to get into a place, to change it, to be phenomenal, to be unique. So you have to put in the work. And one of the mistakes early entrepreneurs make is that you feel there's so much time, and then because you feel that this is my work, this is my space, nobody is coming to boss me around, nobody is coming to say, hey, it's deadline, it all depends on me. But if you really look at the successful entrepreneurs we have in the country, in the continent, and around the world, you will see that there is something consistent with them all, and it is hard work. They work. I remember seeing a video of Mrs. Prudence Okopi, and she was extremely stressed out, and this was her wedding, and she was doing a fitting for herself, and she had made dresses prior to that time for other brides, and I was like, the rest. And then Vicky James too, but these are just a little out of the many myriad of so many successful entrepreneurs we have in the country that are doing phenomenal things. So even if what you're doing, what you're creating, the idea you have, you're building it from somewhere where you love what you do, where you have passion for what you do, there is still a place for hard work. Don't take that with levity, please. Your business is your business, but you have to hold yourself accountable. Yeah, and then you have to have grit. But because this book described Nigerians as having the hustling spirit, you have to have grit, because they go try you shege day market, but it's not an excuse to fold up every single time that things go wrong. I was just looking at the dynamics of things with our fine Dangote in Nigeria, Mr. Aliko Dangote, and I just saw how so many things came up around the refinery, and I was just thinking about it, and I was like, oh man, this thing is enough to make somebody cringe and fold up. But then a silent thought dropped in my heart that if this man was one to fold up, we wouldn't have been celebrating how big he is today in Africa. So that explains it all. You have to go out there, make up your mind, and put your mind in that place where you know that things could go wrong, but be determined that irrespective of things going wrong, I'm going to stay in this, I'm going to learn, I'm going to scale up, I'm going to re-strategize, and I'm going to make sure that I am constantly showing up. This does not mean neglecting your mental health or neglecting yourself or throwing yourself continuously towards danger. Rather, it signifies that in the face of everything, you should show up for yourself, because in the end you deserve it. Who will do it for you more than you? Yeah, I'm sure you got it. No, become a master at pitching. Become a master at pitching. Pitch your business. There was a question here on the first paragraph of this point that says, imagine you meet Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, and you need to say something about your business that will grab his attention. What would you say in the pitch? So, I mean, when I read this, I was like, oh my God, So, this is an assignment for all of us that will be following this series. Learn to pitch. Pitch and pitch and pitch and pitch. Do it to the mirror, do it when you're speaking with your siblings, say it to your parents, until the opportunity eventually presents itself. Make sure you're found ready. That's what this point is basically saying, because you will definitely meet people who you need to pitch these businesses to: investors, sponsors, angel donors, organizations, way too many of them. So learn to pitch. Capiche? Then be willing and flexible to take risks, because this is something you've never done before. There might be losses. It might not unfold exactly the same way you thought it would. But taking risks allows you to do something out of the ordinary, because it stretches you. So it gives you the opportunity to learn deeply and the opportunity to contribute deeply also. So please learn to take risks. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing, as Helen Keller said. So think about it. You're either doing this or that. So taking daring adventures is actually taking risks. So yeah, take risks.